Hi, creative friends. This is Soraya, and thank you so much for being here. So, I'm going to dive right into this portrait, but before I do, I just wanted to show you a couple of things. The first thing is, I purposely painted the medial woman on my workspace desk. Now, this is newsprint, and I made a short where I posted it yesterday if you wanted to go and take a look at it, but I did this very purposefully. And I just want to invite her into my work, and it's different than when this showed up just quite unexpectedly. Like, I did not plan this out here. I made a video, it's called When Magic Happens, and I posted it about a week ago when I was just working on a background, and then she showed up, and it was like, oh my God, just pure magic. And that was quite unexpected. But I did this here very purposefully, and I sprayed it with fixative, and I just want to look at it all the time. I want it to be a reminder to me to follow my inner voice, to follow my intuition, my magic, just to listen to the call. And I'm just so hopelessly in love with it. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. And the second thing I wanted to talk about before I dive into this portrait is that I have been asked by quite a few people what is the particular red that I'm using. And I addressed this in a video that I posted a couple of days ago, but unfortunately, you guys, look at the bottle. I cannot see the color, and this is my Ranger Re-Inker, but I'm 100% positive that it is a darker valued red, and it leans towards the very cool. So it's got a blue undertone. So it's kind of like an alizarin crimson red. It's not like a cad red light. A cad red light is a warm red that has yellow undertones, and then an alizarin type of red is a very cool based red, and the undertones are blue. So while I don't know the exact name of it, it is a very cool blue based red. And I don't know if that's going to help anybody out. But diving right into this, I am loving so much of it. Like, there are still parts of it that are not like I'm not really comfortable with. And I think one of the things is the values. Like, all of these values here are too mid. Now, I did put really dark values here and over here and over here, but I want to lighten some of this up. And another thing is, I'm going to be doing a thing that I have been experimenting with, and it's not like I've just seen it in different artists doing this in different ways. So it's not like I invented it at all. I'm just kind of experimenting with it for my art. But what it is where, like, I have some paints over here. So I have a deep yellow, I have a more yellow ochre, so that's kind of a more of a lighter yellow. I've got like a kind of a pinky color, a cad red light, and my luminous opera. So I've got some very like warm colors, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like dip my finger in it and just make these little kind of like dots, I guess. But I'm just gonna make little marks of color, but I'm going to use like different colors. So I'm probably not explaining it very well, but now I'm going to mix some of it with my chalk paint. And see, I'm just going to kind of like just put these like little dots of color. And I think that's going to kind of make it like a bit lively, if you will. That's probably not the right word, but like it's just gonna bring some like juice. I'm just like so after the juice here. And so I'm just making these like little dots of color here. And I think that, when I'm putting the dots down, it's not looking like anything much, but I think when you look at it like all together, it is just gonna bring some life into the piece here. So I'm just kind of, And I also need to bring in like some lighter colors here. Sorry, not lighter colors, lighter values. I misspoke. So I am, see, now I'm just gonna kind of like bring some of those like lighter values in here so it's not looking so kind of like everything's all the same or similar value. And that might be too light. Oops, that might be too dark. That's okay. I'm kind of learning this. I'm experimenting with this dot technique here. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to leave it as dots. I'm just putting in the colors here, but when it dries, I'm going to go in with, you know, maybe like a sepia or my Liquitex transparent burnt sienna ink. So it's not like I'm going to leave it here, but I'm just kind of like experimenting with it. So one of the things I wanted to talk about too, you guys, is I've been fortunate enough to see a collection of Munch. So you pronounce his name Munch, but it's actually spelled M-U-N-C-H. And if you guys know The Scream, that's the painter I'm talking about. Now, he is famous for that particular painting, but he did a lot of different wonderful pieces of art. And one of the things that I was fortunate enough to see is a collection of his original works. And what he did is he took his canvases. Some of them had paint on it, and some of them did not have paint on it. So they were just empty canvases. But a lot of them had, you know, maybe like a layer or two of paint, or maybe, you know, just like a sketch or a drawing or whatever. He would leave it outside in the elements. And people thought he was crazy. But if you look at it up close, the texture that he would get, the amazing life, just such beauty. And I absolutely loved it. So I am actually going to maybe try that out, you guys. I'm gonna put my my canvas in outside in the paint. I'm sorry, in the rain, and see what it does to my paint. Yes, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like, you know, just different artists do different things, and we can learn from them, and we can like modify it and do our own thing too. But I just, oh, I love that idea. And maybe now that's not such a like an out there idea, but I know at the time, like a lot of people, like, you know, just kind of like thought he was crazy, I guess. So see, I'm really loving like the juiciness of it. And like I said, I'm not gonna leave these like dots here, but like I'm really loving it. Like, look at that. Just put like little dots here. Ooh, the juiciness of this, you guys. And it may look a little disjointed right now, but you know what? I am loving it. And I'll bring it up closer, you guys, just so you can kind of see what's going on. But for right now, I do think I want to put a tea bag on the hair. I'm just kind of feeling it because I want a little more texture there. So let me see how I can place this. So you guys, I don't know if I read this somewhere or if I took a class and somebody talked about it. Like, I really don't know, but I always try to follow the juice, you know, when it's feeling alive and juicy, like that's what I want. And so even like this, you know, portrait, there was nothing wrong with it per se, but it was just like blah. And I guess that was what was wrong with it, is it was completely blah, you know, but yeah, I'm so much loving this so much better now. And I'm just gonna build the hair up a little bit down here. Like maybe like so. And I'm just, oh, you know what? I need to put a little bit of that like lighter value a little bit over here underneath the eyes here. And now I want to kind of bring some of that over top of the tea bags, even though it's, you know, it's probably gonna get covered up a lot, but still. And so I'm just kind of dabbing it, you guys. And I've been experimenting with this kind of technique and I'm really just digging it. So it's just like putting these little dots of color. And if I'm not mistaken, I read somewhere that that's kind of how the eye reads color very differently than what we think it does. Like the eye looks at color in like little dots and it puts them together. I'm probably not explaining that very well. And that's not a scientific explanation, but my point is that, you know, the eye does read color differently than the way we might imagine it does. And just gonna bring some of that in there. And then I'm just gonna bring it up closer, but like, look at that deliciousness, you guys. Now, I do want to put some pencil marks on here, maybe with my Stabilo, but I'm gonna let this completely dry, but I'm so loving it. And oh, you guys, just one more look at my medial woman on my table. I'm so in love. Okay, thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.